Today I'm happy to share one of the most important things you've all wanted to hear from me. As you can see, behind me is a VFX breakdown of a feature film I featured as a VFX supervisor. So I'm going to be happy to share as much information as I can on almost every topic you'll need to know. If you saw the film or the film trailer, you could drop something in the comments so as I know how many people at least have seen this before I break down everything you need to know. But first, please join the Discord server because I share more information from there, more than I can share on TikTok and YouTube because I'm limited by these platforms. So I won't share some information as for the VFX company I work for and the NDAs for the film we worked on. But in case I need to teach you something directly, I'll refer to the film. As for the scenes which are in the trailer or the clips which are released by the owners of the film, but nothing beyond that. Maybe just me creating different scenes and giving them to you to practice on. So in a perspective of a VFX supervisor, we'll start from pre-production and planning everything. Preparing shots for VFX. It all starts in pre-production or even before everyone knows what's going on, just on the initial script. So we plan everything ahead with the VFX supervisor, the CG supervisor, and of course the director. We visualize all these shots. If you're having a scene, like this scene which was shown in the trailer with these men sitting in the kingdom or the palace, whatever you can call it, that means you have to plan everything ahead before you shoot on set, do the 3D scenes, or light, or do anything concerning the film. Just reading from the script, you have to do illustrations. After illustrations, you have to visualize. You can use AI, but that's not recommended for a professional VFX pipeline. So all you do basic 3D models that are not very detailed, but can be good when you want to visualize lighting. So you block out these scenes and try to visualize some of the key elements in the scene. For example, when you look at this, we had rounded roofings, we had elements like poles inside, and we can't miss some of those elements, how the ground looked like, how the king used to present himself and his wives. So this is all culture, we have to put that in consideration. The separations between the foreground and background in terms of the palace structure in the Baganda culture, we all have to visualize that because that's the basis of everything that's going to be created. So once the scene is created in 3D, we put it to the lighting department to do some basic lighting to see the mood and view everything how it might look like in the final project. After the lighting is done, we shoot some green screen, but we do this before shooting the real film without real actors or anyone. We do that as the production team. We do these rough green screens and then prepare them in these example shots. You don't need a lot of things, you just put a visualization. It doesn't matter if it's perfect, it's just to blend in and see if you can get close to the director's view. So after doing all this and visualizing all these sets, we leave these pre-visualized scenes and then we keep them with ourselves as the production team, most of the people who lead the creation of the stories. This is to give reference to the actors to know the environments which they are acting in, because we deal with big green screens, and if actors don't know anything about what's going on, that means we're all messing it up. So after that, we have green screen essentials. So green screen is one of the easiest things, you all know that, but it's one of the most complicated things you can ever come across. In a VFX supervisor's point of view, I feel it's something you really need to take care of before anyone says it's simple. This is what I mean. When you look at green screen or blue screens or whatever you can call them, a lot goes into just green screen. You could say lighting or anything you could say, but a lot goes in on the production standard way of doing things. For example, balancing the exposures, lighting the green screen, lighting the characters in reference to the green screen, the depth of field, the shutter speeds and everything. So a lot of work has to be done in direct hand with the DOP who's going to be handling the picture that has to come out to the VFX team. I'm going to make a separate video about only green screen so as we cannot waste a lot of time talking about it. When you look at these scenes, when they are taken to compositors, already the image is matched to the final project. This is highly recommended because if you light the scene according to what's supposed to be replaced with the backgrounds and the environment, that makes it 95% more realistic than what you can output without lighting or just putting flat light. After the footage is handed to the VFX team, it goes through. First of all, we first sort it out, the good scenes and the bad scenes, because some scenes can't be dropped because they are very important to the director and the producers, so we have to find ways to work around with them. You might find yourself doing reshoots, but it depends on the production you're working with. Some shots have to go away with. After everything is done, shooting on set, the footage is given to the editing team. The editing team, in hand with the director and the producers, are supposed to decide the first cut of the film. So as we use only shots which will make it into the film to the VFX team. The first cut is then delivered to the VFX team, where the key artists start doing their work and the concept artists are already drafting the works of how the environments will be looking like. After the concept art is already in place, the environment artists start creating those environments as the people who are doing animation and other sectors of the VFX that has to be delivered in that film are also doing their work. Here, the key artists, the environment artists, the CG artists, and the animation artists always deliver their final projects to the compositors, who add everything up to make sense. And then clips are always reviewed in hand with the CG supervisor and then the VFX supervisor, so as they meet the standards of the producers and the production. Then the compositors handle their final products to the colorists, who sum up everything with the editors, and of course to the sounding and everything that goes on beyond that. But I'll be talking more about the VFX line. So in the next video, I'm going to be separating these and talking about them in details. I'll be making different scenes and handing them over to you to do your practice with industry standard kind of footage or render, so as you can also improve on what you're learning. So we'll do separate scenes on green screen, separate scenes on environment, separate scenes on compositing, separate scenes on how to shoot everything on set, and the rest of everything. So I can't do everything in one video because it will be really long, and I have to prepare everything before I of course talk to you or deliver anything, so that it's very useful and I keep on point with what you really need, not anything you don't want. Thank you. This is a film we did from what?
From scratch.
We did from scratch.